could I get home?
Pardon?
How could I get home?
Where do you call home? True.
Most people say to me, oh, is it dementia or is it Alzheimer's? Is it, no, it all comes under the one umbrella of dementia. And I think a lot of people don't realise that.
Right. What's your daughter's name? Full name?
Kimberly Jenkins.
She's not the one that's ill.
No,
What's the daughter's name who's ill?
I haven't got a daughter who's ill.
So why am I bloody here then?
Realistically, there's no one-size-fits-all answer to the question, what's going to happen, or how are things going to change, or what should I do?
What about your wife? Yeah. What about your
My wife is talking to me now as she was. You were my wife until tonight.
I've never been your wife. Don't be silly.
Oh, thank you.
Don't be silly.
Like so many people around the world, Clive and Pauline are living with dementia.
Dementia. Dementia. It's when you forget. You forget everything.
The memory which just dissolves and floats away and leaves me thinking, what the hell do I do now? Hi.
Like so many other sons and daughters, husbands and wives, I've been trying to make sense of it with the support of experts who've given their time before, during and after the coronavirus pandemic to share their expertise.
And if you see the spot, that's showing you exactly where Tim is looking at any given point.
I've made films with my dad since I was a little girl. This is no different. The purpose here is to see dementia through the eyes of my parents.
I'm tickled by all this gear.
We're hoping to do a bit of experimental filming today. We're using our eye tracking system.
On the inside, pointing at my eyes, are loads of infrared cameras.
So this is what we're going to have you wearing all day. Keep an eye on what you're keeping an eye on.
We're not trying to cover everything. With Mum and Dad's consent, we're recording their real-life experiences using a mix of technologies. From these eye-tracking glasses to CCTV cameras around the house. We're sharing clips of what we've seen with experts to help us understand how to support people to live as well as possible with dementia.
Everybody with dementia is different. Jolly dementia. Some people just say the same things over and over and over again, but quite jolly and happy.
Are you blessing me? Yes. Oh. What's all that about?
It's a blesser.
Darling, please don't sure. I do know I've never heated a biscuit.
But you see Pauline sometimes very anxious, very upset, because she can't get out or she needs to do something or see somebody, and it rises and rises and rises.
Did you ask for permission to sleep? Did I? No, not careful. Did I ask for permission? Usually it's asleep here. Is that what you asked me? Did you ask for a room to sleep in? From whom?
Clive's condition has always been a bit calmer, a bit more steady.
We're in here under false pretenses.
They're not false pretenses at all.
Pardon?
They're not false pretenses at all.
We talked to other carers about their experiences. Betty George looked after fellow broadcaster and partner David Parry-Jones.
One day, I found him pouring the boiling water onto the tea bags in the tea caddy, and not into the cup. And but we had a laugh about that, and things like this used to happen, and it would amuse him, and it would amuse me at the time as well.
Nothing seemed funnier than the moment when my father Clive did the same.
Dad?
Yeah?
Where have you just poured the water?
We couldn't believe our eyes or ears as we recorded a first experiment, trying to establish the value of seeing dementia through the eyes of those living with it.
There's lots of different hypotheses as to what causes Alzheimer's disease, but we know for certain that the disease causes damage to the neurons and other cells within the brain that are hugely important for our cognition and for all of our bodily functions.
The condition itself, we sometimes describe it as having a sawtooth movement. If you're standing on the beach and the tide is going out, the tide doesn't go out in a linear way. It comes and goes and comes and goes and comes and goes. So if you imagine those times when the tide is in, it would be when someone's doing quite well, and then the tide is out a bit more and so they're not doing so well. And so you've got this movement constantly.
We know that as disease progresses, memory gets worse, but also we start to see changes in other functions like the ability to attend, the ability to ignore distracting information.
Where do you want to put this tape, sweetheart? There. On top of the... something like that.
It affects people differently because it's a relationship between, you know, how your brain operates and those things that are around you and things you've learned in your lifetime and how you cope and adapt to those things.
Eventually, that damage affects not just our cognition, but it might affect our breathing, our behaviour, lots and lots of other functions, our ability to swallow even.
The changes in a person with dementia can be difficult to deal with.
It's ever changing. It's challenging. Very challenging. But, you know, it's life, isn't it? It could happen to us all, and that's the awful thing about it.
Do you know what my name is? Clive. Right. Yeah. That's all right. Yes. I'm sorry, I really messed up. I threw myself downstairs.
I don't know how you can prepare anyone for it. Because you never know how fast they're going to go or how slow, and everyone's in... Yeah, I'm sorry, I couldn't give anybody advice.
Leanne's right, of course. We're not trying to predict the future from individual experiences, but we are using them as a springboard for having a good, caring day.
Right, Clive. Cup of tea? Yeah. Just have a cup of tea. I'll put it on the top of the tea.
One of the best parts of my day is to walk into Clive's bedroom, and when he sees me, it's you, you know. It's like great, you know, and that you can't put a price on that. That's just lovely, you know, that they're pleased to see you.
And to help you feel a bit more cheerful, I just want to stress that Mum's mood changes very quickly. Medication and more care help to move on from these bleaker moments. This was her only a few days later, talking about her role in creating these films.
So is this your dream come true, your legacy, is to be filmed in the last stages of your life?
Yes, of course.
This is your tribute?
Of course.
This is your swan song?
Oh, it's absolutely wonderful.
Can you play the part of somebody living with dementia?
I am living with dementia.